Hello and hearty huzzas in British and US accents and more for our next superb guest on this Hills 9 chat session. Yes, it's time to introduce heartthrob and all-round amazing actor Tim Sherburn. Hello. And
why, hello.
It's gorgeous to hear your beautiful dulcet tones. And also just behind you there, we've got all-round amazing cocktail consumer heartthrob Colin. Hello, Colin.
Of course, I'm here as well.
Lovely to hear you.
You'll pardon me as I have a few sips in the background.
You sip away, sir, you sip away. And then tin heart-throbbing Emily is here also. Hello, Emily.
Hearty greetings.
So joyous to have you all together. And let's start with you, Tim. So you have been with the show from the very, very start, when it was all around one microphone, and we've heard on various other interview sessions. It was a joyous occasion. What do you think, as one of the core catalysts for this fun nonsense, what do you think is a fun lure of Oz9 for listeners?
An allure for Oz9. Well, I think part of it is just the sheer chaos of what's going on at all times, that when someone sits down to listen to an episode of Oz9, they literally have absolutely no idea what to expect.
Truly.
And I think that's, in and of itself, is a draw.
Truly. And that's why I love it too. You never know what you're going to get. Absolutely. And folks did want to know from you, Colin, with regards to your cocktail, does it actually magically replenish only when it's empty? Or do you look away after you've had a sip and it's there again?
Well, I mean, magic would be just downright silly. I mean, we live in an age of technology. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some geek on here that actually allows this elixir of life to reappear in my glass, but it never seems to be a problem. It's not the highest quality cocktail, but you know what, it's there, and frankly, that's all I need most of the time.
I'm very impressed. And can you actually taste, being now AI as you are?
It's a simulation, or at least that's the way Olivia explains it. It's more like it's actually a little more effervescent, if I could describe it that way. It tingles and sparkles. It's almost I wouldn't call it a better experience, but it's certainly more electrifying, if you know what I mean.
Sort of like magic rocks all over your body.
Exactly.
How lovely. And Emily, how is life with Howard these days? We want to hear from you. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
Life with Howard. Well, how would one describe Howard?
Good question.
I think that you could say we are satisfactory.
Okay, that's better than unsatisfactory, right? Good.
You would be amazed at how often we are not satisfactory.
Oh, well, I don't want to hear about those times. Can you tell us about anywhere in particular on the ship that you've been, perhaps, that other people might not know about? Where'd you go to relax, you folks?
We find it is easier to escape the willy-nilly of the crew by simply stepping outside for a bit and enjoying the starlight on the hull of the ship, so long as we find a place that remains intact for the time we are there.
That sounds so romantic and beautiful, and I can kind of imagine the crazy vista with burning bits of wreckage flying past you. And Tim, what do you think would be a lovely addition to this next and potentially final season? Is there anything you think might be joyous or exciting for your characters, any of them, to go through in this next season 7?
I mean, I would love to see Emily and Howard just kind of live happily ever after, but
yes,
develop some sense of autonomy, that they aren't beholden to gated galaxies, and they can actually live a life of their own and be happy someplace.
Yes.
In their own unique way.
Indeed.
With Colin, it's interesting because as far as Colin's future, he has his superpowers, right? So,
yes.
But it's what would the future look like for Colin? He's no longer he's kind of moved away from being just the rich snob that he used to be. And he actually, I think,
yes,
genuinely aspires to be something more. I just don't know if he knows what that is.
Bless him. Yeah, no, exciting. Who knows what could come out of Shannon's amazing brain, right?
Exactly.
And Colin, what is the naughtiest thing you've done with your laser eyes? That's a question from an anonymous listener.
Well, I mean, not that one should abuse one's powers, but there have been times when I might have accidentally glared at something that Captain Madeline might have been drinking and might have made it fizz up a little bit. Though one time I did get a little over-enthusiastic and it ended up on the ceiling, and I think her hair ended up being really plastered to the back of her head from the foam that came from the glass. But so I try not to do it too often.
I can hear the "God damn it, Colin" from here.
Yeah, pretty much. Madeline never figures it out, but Captain Jesse's pretty on the dot, you might say.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds very naughty, and thank you for sharing that with us. We won't tell anyone your secret is safe with us.
I would appreciate that.
With regards to the flavours of the seasons, like you've been through quite a lot, haven't you, Colin? What would you say is the most peril you've ever been in?
Oh, most peril. It seems as though we are in peril every single moment of every single day, so it's kind of hard to find any one particular peril that's more perilous than the rest of the peril.
Truly.
Honestly, once we finally started moving away from Earth, and particularly when we went down to the planet there, even though I was in AI form, well, actually, I guess that would be it. Dying would probably be the most perilous thing that I've encountered so far.
It was a big peril, wasn't it? The biggest of possible peril. Well, I'm glad.
You might say the biggest.
Yes, and I'm glad we can actually talk through the power of technology now, right? This is very exciting that you're still with us in that core.
Well, since I am technology, yes, it is actually quite amazing.
And what would you say, Colin, is your greatest threat currently?
My greatest threat would be fricking Bob. As much as I enjoy tweaking his knob, it's only a matter of time before he gets his claws on her. I just am hoping that we can come up with a way to really do away with him. He really is an awful person.
No, I agree, and I do worry about his potential nefarious plans with those other chaps. And who is your greatest ally, would you say, on the team? If not one person, maybe a few.
Well, Leet was my closest ally for the longest time.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. I mean, we really had a good relationship. It was really quite pleasant, though, in its own superior simpleton sort of way. But I guess he wasn't quite as simpleton as I thought he was. Still trying to wrap my head around that. Anyway, as far as currently on the ship, I would probably say, well, it's like I don't really have enemies, at least not that I know of, but I've been getting along with Julie quite well, and she's been quite helpful.
Yes.
So that's been quite pleasant. And I'm trying to develop a better rapport with the rest of the crew. I know I haven't been the easiest person to work with.
Well, I think we all have, and all the characters on the Oz9 have their foibles, don't they? But just a few. But and is there a person that you would want to whip or release forever from the ship? If so, who and why? Other than Bob, because Bob's obvious.
Other than Bob, well, there's also those silly bastards that are actually on the Oz9 right now, Wiggy and the rest, that, frankly, they could go out the chute at any time.
Yes.
Preferably through a tiny hole that turns them into a puree.
Well, we are all hoping that everybody gets their comeuppance. I can't even say the word. I'm so cross about them.
Absolutely.
And so do you have any favourite eps yourself, Tim, with regards to things that either you've done as Colin or that you've listened to and thought were joyous?
Favourite episodes? Some of my favourite episodes were the ones that I had with the Albatross, because it actually allowed Colin to kind of develop some depth.
Yes.
And some emotional connection. That was the first time I think that Colin actually started to make an emotional connection with another person. Mm. Plus, when he started developing his superpowers, I thought that was quite fascinating as well. I told Shannon I wanted Colin to evolve and didn't realize that was the direction she was going to take him.
Just think we can ask her next and then it can become even more amazing.
One has to be careful when talking around Shannon.
Well, Indeed. um, with regards to the character dynamics, you are one of the most loved, as Colin, and Emily is loved too. But I think Colin, as a kind of more core kind of character in the team from the outset, has got a lot of major fans. So we're going to just play a little episode that's a favourite of one of our space monkeys. It's the episode which has your potential demise within it. So we're going to play some of your emotional depth for the audience to listen to now. So here we go. Enjoy, folks.
Well, this is unexpected.
I guess we should be glad we're not plunked in the middle of a seafood restaurant. Ooh, are those real gold coins in that treasure chest?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm sure that scuba diver's pockets would be full of them if they were. Is that castle really small or just very far away?
Right, we need to concentrate. We're on board an alien ship that's firing on our ship.
Yes, correct. And?
And what? That's it.
And we're in a giant fish tank. Oh, a hollow log. How fun.
Colin, you're losing it, matey. Focus.
Sorry. Damn. I can't drink my cocktail with my helmet on. Oh well, it's probably just getting watered down anyway.
Is it just me, or do those weird floating flakes look kinda tasty?
It's just you, Captain Jesse. We really do need to do something about our situation. And about the Oz-9.
Give me a minute. I want to check out that treasure chest.
Oh, good lord. Fine. Anything? See, real gold doesn't have to be glued down so it doesn't float away. What are you doing now? Leave the plastic scuba diver alone, Captain. We need to go.
Yeah, we do. Right now.
What is it?
That scuba diver down there is actually an astronaut. That suit is full of bones. Real bones. Human bones. Human bones.
No. No. Absolutely not. I refuse. I will not die in a fish tank.
Well, then we best do something, eh? Let's swim up to the top of the tank and see if we can get the lid off.
It's not budging.
I think they've piled some books on top. Oh, hell. Does that mean there's an octopus in here with us?
It's impossible to push. There's nothing to push against.
Use your laser eyes and cut a hole.
Oh, good idea.
No, wait. There's something wrong with this plan.
What?
Got it. You're wearing a helmet, you daft git. You'll cut right through it and drown.
Ah, fair point. I don't think we have a choice. We have to get out of here. I'll take my helmet off and hold my breath.
You're joking. I've seen you use those lasers of yours. You'll never finish in time. Plus, as soon as you take that helmet off, your suit will fill with water. You'll never get out.
There is that.
Maybe we could put the log on the castle, then put the little submarine on top, and... What are you doing? Colin!
See, isn't it beautiful when an actor gets to, flex some emotional muscles, even in a fun and silly and crazy comedy? I mean, I think Shannon has written some really lovely emotional moments for you. And I do think, as you said previous to playing the clip, one of my favourite episodes is with you and June, with the Albatross's kind of final moments, really. And I think there's so much to this show. What is it about Shannon's writing, do you think, that is so fun and creates these hugely well-rounded characters that we seem to care about, right? What does she do? How does she do it?
Well, I think that honestly the thing about Shannon's writing and the show is that it embraces some very British farcical characteristics, which I fancy and has always been appealing to me, and it works well with this type of script and this type of storytelling. And she spent a lot of time to focus on the individual characters, making them individuals. When we first started out, some of the characters were kind of cookie cutter placeholder, but then over time, like Madeline was just the captain, but then she kind of evolved into the Madeline we all know and love today.
Bonkers lady. I mean, she's just there's so much to her, and I know she'd have several diagnoses if she was on Earth, right?
Exactly.
Bless her cottons. With regards to some of the playfulness that Shannon's been able to bring in, I loved the wormholes, and some of those have been kind of universally loved episodes as well. If we were to have any choice, what other wormholes would you want to send the crew down in this next season?
Honestly, because the wormholes have so much potential, you could literally go anywhere. So ending up in like an alternate reality where some crazy laws of physics were in play, or meeting some truly bizarre aliens who are just kind of mystified at how simple and dumb we are, or something like that. I mean, something like right out of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, just finding somebody, of course, that weirdly enough, they would speak with a British accent, and then they would talk down to us, and then they would shoo us away.
Make it so. No,
exactly.
I think that sounds joyous. And I'd love perhaps a chance to play around with the voice swapping, so that perhaps, your accent ends up being the Bichon Frise French accent. So we have a French Colin, we have an English Julie. Do you know what I mean? I would love that.
That would be fun, actually.
Really cause utter chaos, because I think we do all want to hear David Estier's Scottish accent too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, David saying anything is worth listening to.
Such a gorgeous voice, right? Yeah,
it's an amazing voice.
Yeah, and a brilliant actor. I mean, that's the thing. I think the folks, when we have our lovely table reads, I think it's a very joyous occasion, and I very much appreciate. And I think it's like a gentle family festival, because they don't happen loads, because life is crazy, and essentially when they do happen, it's just so fabulous to just hear those for the first time from the lips of all those wonderful actors. And I guess, have you come from a theatre background, right?
Oh yeah. So my bachelor's degree is in stage management. Though I departed from that and went a different path down tech professionally. But more recently, I've started re-engaging with the theater again, and have actually been acting in a couple of plays and trying to get used to actually being on stage and doing something other than voice acting.
Yeah, having to learn lines, right, rather than just perform them. Yeah, that's a shock to the system, I'm sure. But
definitely. That's good for the noggin as I get older.
This is it, the memory. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was saying to someone yesterday, whenever Friday was, I've got no idea, that I haven't done a play since 2016, so it's 10 years ago now, and that's just like, that feels far too long ago. But that aside, so now I think that the audience are clamouring to hear you as your wonderful characters, Tim, having a conversation between our lovely Emily and Colin. So if you're up for it, let's have a short little scene now with your two characters. Colin has somehow come across Emily stuck somewhere, and the aim is, as this AI character with no hands is going to try and help Emily get unstuck from whatever obscure and bizarre place she's got herself stuck into. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. We'll give it a shot.
Audience, brace. Okay, here is Colin and Emily unstuck.
Oh, what fresh hell is this? I believe I have placed myself in a precarious situation. Yes, so it appears. How did you get wedged in there? I was attempting to follow a cable that Howard was insisting we find the end of. To this moment, I am unaware of why he was so interested in finding the end of this cable. That sounds rather annoying. Is there any way I can help? I believe you do not possess a corporeal form. Well, that is true, but I have many other capabilities. Let's see, what is it that Olivia taught me how to do? If I concentrate on this, and I look over here and draw this into here... Ow, 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 ow. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't, I thought that was going to open the aperture, not make it tighter. Let me try, oh wait, what's this over here? I believe there is a tremendous pressure building up behind me. Yes, I'm trying to increase the air pressure behind you so it'll pop you out the other side. Warning, warning, air pressure exceeding thresholds. Hull integrity dropping. Wait, what do you mean by hull integrity? Warning, warning, decrease immediately. But you're just about... I think that maybe if you wiggle off... Here, give me your arm. Please do not take my arm again. Oh, it pops right off. I didn't realize it was that easy to take them. Please return my arm immediately. Of course. Sorry. I really didn't mean to... there's a lot of, whistling noises coming. I'm just gonna go check on something. I think I left the tea on. I'll be right back. Please, stop.
End scene! Rapturous applause. What a joyous moment that never has before ever been heard by anyone but you, listener. So thank you. That was super fun, Tim. Well done. And that's the thing, isn't it? I do think the disparate kind of nature of the characters is so well drawn that that was a joyous moment. Thank you. And the other burning question on everyone's lips apparently is, what is your favourite flavour of sandwich on the Oz9? And that's a question to all three of you. So let's start with Tim, then Colin, and then Emily. Favourite sandwich? Off we go.
Oh, God. I don't know if I would have a favourite sandwich on the Oz9, because I could come up with something and it would somehow turn it into an abomination.
Indeed.
I suppose if anything had enough hot sauce, it's palatable in some way or another, so as long as I had that available, I could probably stomach whatever the Oz9 dished out.
Fair enough.
In small quantities.
Just burn off the whole inside of your mouth instead of taste it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that I can't taste anything.
I don't know. I mean, there's been some combinations of the sandwiches that have actually been not... At least they didn't make me want to throw up immediately. There was some with sriracha and hummus and circus peanuts. It was a little on the sweet side, but it certainly wasn't absolutely the worst thing I ever attempted to eat on this ship. It doesn't compare to the albatross's kudzu bread, but very few things do.
Yes, super answer.
I do not have an opinion on the topic, unfortunately, because I do not eat. However, based on the reactions of the rest of the crew, I think I would be partial to the one they react to the most, which I believe included sardines, peanut butter, marshmallow fluff, sprinkles, though I am unaware of what sprinkles are, and liverwurst.
Yeah, the and just gave the whole flavour of that. This is something too gross for words, really. Thank you for sharing that information with us. And yeah, I think, you are a wonderful actor, and I really love every time, as I say, we have a table reads, and I have the joy of popping together all of the different takes, and you're always so fantastically efficient and beautiful with all your line readings. I think, I could put together all of your takes and make completely different shows each time, because they're all great.
Good.
I really am looking forward to next season. Why should people listen to Oz9 if they haven't already been lured in by this conversation?
Well, since this is the last season, and if perhaps the chaos of the show was a bit daunting, it should all come to a dramatic, brilliant conclusion, which I'm sure Shannon is coming up with as we speak at this very moment. And it will all make sense, and all of the streams will come together all at once. Who am I kidding? That's probably not going to happen, but it'll be fun.
I think someone said that there was a favourite quote from the show, this plot has more holes in it than Caesar's toga, or some such, which is beautifully put in some kind of, yes. Right, indeed. But yeah, well, it's been joyous chatting to you. Thank you, Tim and Colin and Emily, and I definitely look forward to see what Shannon puts you through. I mean, it makes you enjoy next final season. So thank you for coming on, and bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
welcome to another Us9 chat session with one of the most marvellously funny-boned people in the world. It's official. Yes, we have got super actor, writer, director, editor, sound designer with all the hats and more, Chrisi Talyn Saje. Woohoo! Hello.
Hello.
How are you, beautiful, wonderful, talented
Oh,
lady?
I'm doing marvelous. How are you?
Very excited to talk to you as you, because you have so many alter egos. And not only Julie. Hello to Julie, by the way, who's just behind you there. Hi, Julie. How are you today?
Hi.
Hey. Good,
Hi, doing all right.
yeah, good to hear your voice too. And Madison is one of your alter egos, Chrissy. And I wonder, we'll start an Us9 interview in true style with not focusing where we should. Tell our lovely listeners, if they haven't found Madison on the Air yet, which is your beautiful show you make, why they should listen and what it is and why it's so wonderful.
Well, it is, I take old-time radio scripts, actually shows from the 1930s to the 1950s, and I rewrite them, adapt them with a modern-day Madison along for the adventure. So it's a lot of satire, a lot of kind of pointing out the weird, parts of life from 70 years ago, and it's also a love letter to old-time radio, which is what got me started in audio drama.
Hurrah!
Yay.
And it's a joyous listen. In fact, I think you've got a new episode out this weekend. Is that
Oh,
correct?
yes, we release a new one the first of every month. So coming up, it's my birthday, and it's a release day. Woohoo!
Wait, today is your birthday.
March 1st.
Whoa, happy birthday, singing without copyright, song tunes. How very joyous. I hope you have the wonderful day on your full birthday. Are you doing anything lovely and romantic and fun?
I'm taking my dog, who's a rescue and has never been to the mountains, and he's going to go hiking and get to sniff and pee on all sorts of exciting new places.
I want to do that.
You're
Well, that
invited.
sounds
You're
joyous.
totally invited.
Thank you, but I will try not to do that in your vision. So you live in a beautiful mountainous area. How lovely. And I think that's the thing. We all need to see the sky and smell the flowers now and then, don't we? Tonight, allegedly, into your birthday, there's a planet alignment of at least 7 of our planets in a row, which you won't see for a long time. So nobody's listening live, but you or me.
Well, you're welcome. I
Thank
had that
you.
planned for my birthday, so you're welcome.
It's like little candles in the sky, but don't blow them out because I think they're important. So there you go, folks. We'll put links to Madison on the air, but you must listen because it's a joyous romp, and the characters and the people involved, you might recognise some folks from Us9, I think.
Just a few. I don't know. I have you been on the show lately?
Maybe once or twice, I think.
Maybe
But
even
yes.
the new release episode, maybe?
Possibly. It's all very exciting. Whenever you get an email from you with anything, it's like going to be something fun, right? I think, you give me some
Yay.
fun accents to play with. So I love that very, very much. Because as a character, how would you describe yourself as an actor? Where would you say your specialism lies?
I'm definitely a comedy performer. I have been doing improv since I was 14 years old.
Yes, and?
And I do the type of improv where you embody every kind of weird character. I'm the full, you physically, you're vocally, you're somebody new and different. I've been in recurring groups where my goal for each show was to go out and what haven't I done yet? Let's see, and getting to practice that with an audience. And so that's kind of my background and what I love to do.
Fantastic. And that's the thing, isn't it? Audio lets us kind of rip in that department.
You don't have to look like the character you're portraying, which is a wonderful freedom.
Not limited by this physical body. Yeah, and I think that's what's joyous about Us9, isn't it? There's such a mix, a myriad of characters.
Yes.
And you came on board as kind of taking over a role that an actor could no
Yes.
longer do. Lovely and amazing Julie. And we'll come to the whys and wherefores in a moment. But Julie, can I just ask, what kind of scientist are you? And what gets you hot under the collar for sciencey things? What do you love?
Well, I am a botanist, so, plants and different kinds of just kind of foliage and life like that is my most interesting. I'm just fascinated by it. And what's, of course, amazing about Us9 is that there's nothing normal about the foliage that, especially in the bog-swamp that grows. So it's always discovery. It's you think about in science, there's always that desire to name the new thing after the scientist, right? Well, this is where I am. I get to just discover new things. Of course, I'm trying to make sure I find things that aren't going to kill us. That's always the trick.
That would be helpful for the longevity of the series, yes.
Because there is a lot of murderous creatures in the bog-swamp, especially.
Yeah. And what's the most amazing or outrageously creatively mad thing you have found?
Well, I have to say, I really loved the allegrets. Now, I know that's not botany, but talk about new species. I mean, we never would have thought that a reptile and a bird would be able to mate, but hey, we're in the bog-swamp on Oz 9. Of course they can.
Exactly, and beautifully merchandisable.
Oh my, that's the best part. It's like I just imagine how they're so adorably cute for the abomination that they are. And I really want to see them thrive and see what else we could do here with them.
Yeah. I mean, were you a bit sad when the actual huge plants did kind of get whipped?
Yeah, I mean, it's a balance of life, really. I also think of Greg's mushrooms. I mean, he's got so many different species there that could contribute so much. We really just need to explore it.
Yes. And how many have you tried?
I'm not at liberty to say, but there has been a few weeks that I've lost memory to.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's without mushrooms. But yeah, I think the audience are also, hanging on a thread to just find out how Ben and Maggie are. I wonder if you could just give us an update, because did you catch up on the old kidney phones from Greg?
I try. I try what I can. We've been in a lot of life into situations where I just haven't had the chance to call.
Yeah. Been a bit busy.
Yeah. But it sounds like they're doing great. I think Ben needed that normalcy in his life. He really was having trouble here on the Oz 9. And, of course, we needed Maggie. I just want her to have a normal life. So I'm hoping that I'm still important in her life. It's hard being this far away, but I feel like there's so much to discover here that I really need to. This is where I belong right now.
Yeah. And, all power to women having their career and running, and as far as connection is concerned, we don't hear those conversations you have, but I know you have quite good contact, don't you, with them generally?
And it's not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe when she gets old enough, she could join us here. I don't know.
That would be
kind
super
of internship kind of thing, maybe?
Yes. Hopefully when there's less peril, perhaps.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd hate to have to be worried about her all the time. That would be, yes.
Yes.
At least I know where she is, she's safe.
Yes, kinda. I feel, in the grand scheme of Oz 9 things. But yeah, and what do you love, Chrisi, about playing Julie? What do you think is super duper qualities that she has?
Well, it's actually a challenge, I would say, for me, because I am usually the goofy, crazy comedy character, so she's more of a straight man. And Oz 9 doesn't have a lot of straight men, so I have to take that seriously and play her a little more straight, a little more like baffled by the weirdness of the world. And I will say, shout out to Shannon and her always giving me words I can't possibly pronounce. And having to say them as if they're rolling off my tongue. Like, of course, I say these all the time. I will tell you what I do. I have my computer open with the script, and then I have the internet with tabs for each and every weird word. How do you pronounce weird word? How do you... So I went right as it's coming up, I play it a bunch of times through. Try to get it in my head, and hopefully I haven't butchered it by the time I perform it.
I'm very impressed with that because, there have been some many syllabled words, haven't they? The ridiculous letters that probably make no other sense in any other place. So yes, that has been very impressive. And I hope if you're a scientist listening, you're very impressed with Chrissy's pronunciations as well. Look at the research that goes on into here.
I do my best.
You truly do, Julie, and we love you as part of our, the whole team. I think you joined just slightly after I did, and so and it's definitely a family feel to the groovy kind of backstage part of this, isn't there? And as we said earlier, you took over from the lovely Iria Alexander, who had to go off and do all sorts of career and brilliant fun things. And if you haven't found their artwork, please do look, because they're hugely talented, creative in their own right. But how did you get embroiled in joining the crew? And tell us a little bit about how you fathomed Julie's kind of place in it. What did you do to to get stuck in?
Well, Shannon and I met at a podcast convention. I had kind of thrown myself, like I was all by myself, and I'm like, hi, are you guys the audio drama people? Because I do an audio drama. Anybody want to talk audio drama? And Shannon and I absolutely clicked, like we're old sisters who have known each other forever. We actually found out we were from some of the same places in Illinois. We went to the same college, just not at the same time. So we kind of have a little overlap in life. Even though I'm in LA, she's now in Seattle. Wow. So, I started listening to Oz 9 as soon as I'd met her, and it just came up that the actress was needing to move on, and she kind of like maybe you know somebody who might want to do it. I'm like, maybe I want to do it, and we're like, yes. So I was binging the heck out of the show. I wanted to listen to every episode to get me to when Julie's actually introduced. When she's still in Indiana, and then when she comes onto the ship, and so I tried to kind of get to know Ben, kind of get to know what that relationship was just by listening to everything I could get my hands on. So if the numbers of the show spiked during that time, it's because I was listening every single day. And then I finally caught up and I joined in. So it's been fun.
It is a bingeable show, though, isn't it? I mean, there's now 6 full seasons of 20 episodes. Wow. So that's lots of maths that my brain's not going to do, but you can work it out. And there's so much rich tapestry, isn't it? Shannon's writing is wonderful. And as a writer yourself, what is it you think that Shannon is doing that is so joyous and wonderful for the world to have in it?
Well, I think for the situations she creates, because I'm a big situation comedy writer, I like sitcoms, right? That's my wheelhouse. And she just takes that path. Where is this going to lead me? And she pulls out the most crazy kind of directions and follows that path down, and it creates such a fun but vivid world. Like, we could see this world. Truly. Even though we're audio only. I can see Colin flying around with his laser eyes. It's like I can see all this. Yeah. And I think she has a love for all of these characters she's created. So it's like having her family going on an adventure together. Yeah. Yeah. We get into peril, but we're going to get out of peril.
Yes.
It might be messy, but we will.
I'm very excited to see where this next season goes. And do you have a favourite episode at all that either you've been in or you heard in your binge sessioning up to now? Is there? Because we like to share these in other episodes. So any favourites you can think of?
I mean, if you want to go way back, what really hooked me early on was Donna. Yeah. When she was still working as like the only employee who's still showing up for that job. Yeah. And she just doesn't question it. She just comes in and does her job. I feel like I could have been that person at some point. Yeah. And it's been great to watch her progression. Yeah. Of course, me personally, as Julie, I do love the Allegrets. That was a brief period in there when I was helping a bit with the sound effects.
Yes.
And trying to track down what sound I think a baby Allegret might make.
Where do you start? Like, what was it in the end? Was it the gurgle of a plug and the sound of a small child's tooth falling to the floor? I mean,
there was definitely bird sounds, definitely. And that kind of was neat for me because I actually am not a botanist. Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise. Okay. But I did work in zoo education.
Yes.
So I did work at a zoo, and I was for 5 years kind of teaching people about our animals, and so I kind of had a little insight already, so I was going down that path. Amazing. With those kinds of neat sounds that I remember hearing and trying to layer them all on together. So
yes,
that was a lot of fun, and I really want my plushie Allegret that it is merchandisable. I want one.
It's got to happen in this season, hasn't it? We just have to get something together.
Please,
I've been trying to convince
everyone write in and say you want the plushie Allegret.
I've been trying to convince my daughter, who is an amazing crochet creative crafter, that she can have a go. We'll see what happens. But very exciting. And with regards to your amazing sound design, because it's such a lot of work, isn't it? Like for the actors, we just turn up and do, I don't know, 20 minutes or 2.5 hours if you're Bob of recording. Didn't mean that. And and essentially, you ping in, you do your thing, you edit it, and you're done. But sound design, like I think the general rule of thumb is that for every minute of sound design is like 60 hours of work. So for a 20
and that's just looking for the sound
to
effect.
find the darn things. So how did you get embroiled in that, and what aspects did you enjoy of sound design?
Well, and I do still do it for my own show.
Of course,
because
yes.
I wear every hat pretty much for my show.
They're beautiful hats.
Thank you. Being indie, and I was going in, I have to look for free stuff. I have to try to minimize cost at every turn. I don't have the time in my life with all the things I'm doing to actually create my own sounds. And bless you to the people who do, but I don't have that time. So it is kind of going on to free sites online, and that is literally where I spend so many hours just trying to guess what the keyword search should be for the sound I have in my head. And honestly, sometimes it comes down to picking a sound that totally is not what you want it to be, but you're telling the audience, yes, this is what you're hearing.
Yes.
I think a good example coming from my show that was supposed to be making pancakes.
Okay.
So she's supposed to flip the pancake on the pan.
Yes.
I couldn't find anything that sounded like that. I ended with what was labeled as cow patties. So cow poop. A cow is pooping, but I put it in a context of that world and told you through what was going on in the scene that you were hearing a pancake, and no one knew that they were actually hearing a cow poop.
That's my favourite thing of the month. That's brilliant. That's the thing. Sound design, yeah, it can be multi-layered, and then you can find something joyous like that works.
Yes.
And that's a wonderful secret that we've now shared with us 9 Space Monkeys.
Now, you guys need to go out and find my episode that has cow patty in it.
We should link to it if you tell us what it is, we'll link to it in the show notes if we can.
Absolutely.
That's brilliant. And it was fantastic. You had such a lot of quite tough and challenging episodes as far as worlds and ambiences and voices.
They're like, hey, there's a roller coaster. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what's Shannon going to, challenge these sound editors to do next? And when you see the scripts, like, okay, good luck.
And she will put that in the note. She's like,
yes.
Sorry.
Yes, she knows that it's going to be a nightmare. But honestly, you showed up and you made them sound amazing. So, yeah, on behalf of all Space Monkeys, thank you for your amazing work on that. Because, you had some hugely challenging episodes and they sound fantastic. And I've made them more funny and fun, because that's the thing with the sound design. Often the joke is with that and or pushed by, led by, or underlined by it, right? And so,
absolutely,
yeah, I think you've done a fantastic job. So, hooray and all hail all of our sound designers on Oz 9. Woohoo! I think let's give them all a woohoo together. Woohoo! Woohoo! Well, we're going to now just play a little episode that is a favourite of our lovely Kevin's. It's an episode with the lovely Spotty in it, which was mentioned in his interview, which if you haven't listened to yet, have a go. It's on our website now to listen to. So, yeah, here we go with a little favourite episode of Greg's.
You're mad.
Well, now that's not the first time someone has lobbed that particular claim my way, but I think you'll find there's a whole lot of good sense being made here.
Surely you're rich enough. Why do you need to do this?
Hang on. You mumbled a bit there. What were those 2 words in the middle of what you just said?
I said you're rich enough.
Nope, still didn't catch it. Once more.
Rich enough.
Nope. I got nothing. You don't smell toast, do you?
I'm perfectly sound. This scheme isn't, however. It'll never work. Far too many people are in on it. How do you expect to keep it a secret?
Son, there are 2 mighty effective ways to convince folks to keep a secret. You seal up their mouths with money or duct tape. Long as mouths stay sealed, I'm not particularly partial to one or the t'other. I lie. Duct tape's cheaper.
All right, let's say I go on this outer space journey. What possible use could I be? I can't pilot a ship or fix anything more complicated than a martini. Though I do make a splendid martini. I cut quite a figure at the student bar at uni.
Bertie, my boy,
Yes?
Fermez la bouche. You should pardon my French.
Is that what that was? My God.
Now, here's the thing. My wife and your dog will be hitching a lift aboard the Oz-9. A few of my smarter scientists designed a handful of pods to survive just about anything, including the apocalypse devices I told you about.
Now listen, Suthers. This is mass murder. I want no part of it.
My Gracie will be cozied up, shiny as a pearl in an oyster, her personal pod tracking the seed pods to the nearest terraformable planet. I need someone on that ship to keep her safe until she's away.
I won't do it. It's evil.
I know you live in an ivory tower full of servants and bonbons and stiff upper lips, but even you can't be completely unaware this planet is getting a mite unlivable. I'm offering you an opportunity to start over, debt-free and with a brand new planet, ripe for the pillage.
But what of my life here? My friends?
You have friends? Huh, well, you can take them with you. Can't be more than a handful, right? I got a bunch of my more durable pods slated for the, hang on, Dolce and Gabbana wing of the 9.
I like the sound of that. Fashionable, but understated. Never crass or showy. That's where your wife will be.
Oh, good Lord, no. You keep your diamonds in the compost pile, do you? Don't you worry. My Gracie has a place of her own, away from the common rabble.
I hardly think my friends and I qualify as rabble. How am I supposed to protect her if I don't know where she is?
I'm having a special pair of night vision goggles added to your pod. With those, you'll be able to see the markings on the walls. Lead you right to her.
Goggles?
Isn't it joyous to hear the characters' backstories a little bit more? What do you think of Julie's backstory, Chrisi? Is there anything you think we don't know yet that would be fun to layer in?
I would love how she and Ben got together.
Yeah.
You know, because they do have a strong support of one another, so there is an equal footing there, and that's really beautiful.
Yeah,
and like you said, you know, he's allowing Julie to be able to pursue her career, even though you know, that means him stepping into the parent role.
Yeah.
So I think he's a good character, and it'd be interesting to see how they came together.
I would love that. Donna or Mrs. Sheffield or Jessie, their drunken frenzy threw them together. But yeah, no, I would definitely love that too. I think, yeah, some of the backstories for some of the characters, I think would be fun to explore some more. And when talking of which, we're going to do a short scene now with your improvisation skills.
Oh my goodness.
At the fore, where I just thought it would be quite fun if Madison met Julie.
I haven't warmed up my voice to do Madison. I'll try.
Okay, yes. Do you need to do
She's a little high for me.
Okay, fair enough. But let's see what happens, you know, the chaos of us 9 crazy. So let's have a little scene, if we may, between Madison meeting Julie in the bog-swamp, warning her that there's something she must stop doing straight away for the peril of all mankind. So if you're ready, Chrisi.
All right, I will try.
Take it away. Julie meets Madison.
OMG, what is all this stuff is so unique. Oh my God, can I smoke this? Is this smokable? I would totally. I mean, come on. I mean, you've got to experiment. I mean, the world is about experimenting. I mean, who knew the first time someone ate like chocolate, that chocolate cocoa bean was something you can eat? I think we need to try this. I really think that we should maybe review what this item is. I've never even seen something with purple and green spotted leaves before. I think we really should think about this before we go ahead and actually ingest it into our lungs. Oh my God, you just have to try and, experiment with the world. It's like, otherwise, what are you going to do? Just play it safe all the time? That is not what got me into old time radio. I am exploring. I'm meeting new people. You have to take chances. I agree. Chances are very important in life. Take a risk. But I would risk on the side of not poisoning myself. That would be where I would start. Maybe we can do a little data analysis first. Okay, fine.
End scene. Thank you. That was beautiful. Never before heard together.
Never heard.
Until now. Possibly never again.
Possibly never again.
So that was beautiful. Thank you. Your skills were at the fore there. Yes, and I do worry about the aftermath of them smoking anything together. I think that could be probably quite dangerous. But yes, back to you, Julie. Julie, who would you say is your biggest ally on the ship? Who do you get along the best with, would you say?
Well, I do think Greg, especially because he is tending to his mushrooms and understands just how to care for them, how to raise them, and how everyone else is really ruining his work. I can relate to that. Every time I try to do something, people just go off half-cocked. And, I think that basically Greg and I need to find a private place where nobody else knows about, deep in the bioswamp, so we could do our experiments unbothered by everybody else.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but good luck.
Truth.
And who would you say is the biggest threat to the crew, the Oz-9 itself, and generally mankind?
At this point, I think it's Oz-9. It's the crew making any decision of any kind. I think we're at the point where we no longer make smart choices. I think that everyone is basically, I don't know if it could be one of those things where we've died so many times we just think, why not? Let's just do it this way. Think about how many of those weird sandwiches we were eating without ever thinking of it twice. I don't think there's enough logic. So I think it's the crew's own lack of self-preservation and wise decision-making that is the most detrimental thing to us.
I think that's beautifully put. And all listeners will agree. But also that's what makes it so joyous to listen to, the gentle peril and
Because
wild.
how boring would it be if we all did make the right decision?
I mean, it's not a documentary. Although that would be an interesting episode. Documentary of Oz-9. But yeah, I do feel that also wormholes, we've been through a few, right, Julie? And is there anything that you would look forward to going through if we could do anything and go to any wormhole land ever?
Oh, I don't know. It would be nice to get on a planet that didn't have noxious gas. Something that
Indeed.
That maybe there is
Although,
some exploration I can
Greg.
do of plant life.
Yes. So fauna and flora
Indeed.
and more fauna. Cool. Okay. So generally a planet that has exciting scientific discovery to be.
And then I can name all those things, objects that are easy to pronounce.
And make Olivia pronounce them, yes?
Exactly.
Revenge is sweet. And who would you say, Julie, is the better scientist and why out of VHF, that's a video. Von Habersetzer, sorry, and Dr. Theo Bromade, and your good self. Who would you say?
Well, honestly, as much as Dr. Bromade is a really intelligent guy, I do think he's a little tied up with his book. I think he needs to give it up. Nobody likes it, except maybe Pippi, but I think it's out of just she cares for him, so she cares about what he cares about. But I think he needs to move on from that. So I wouldn't say I think he has a little block in his mind. So I would not put him as the top scientist at this point.
And von Habersetzer, do you rate him?
I rate his name as also hard to pronounce.
Yes.
I realized as many times as I've heard his name that the first episode I actually had to pronounce it. I was like, this is worse than the Latin. I think he has brilliant ideas. I mean, he's definitely a go with the flow kind of guy.
Indeed.
Sometimes evil, sometimes not. So he's, I think I am like science neutral, and he's kind of like science maybe evil.
Yeah, there is that gentle thing. I mean, I don't know about you either. You might have evil tendencies, or we haven't yet found. I'm intrigued about that dynamic.
I'm a mother. How could I be evil?
Well,
And here
you've
comes
seen
Freud.
Alien as well. But no, I think there's a lot to be said for getting you folks in a room together, and I would love some more of those kind of scenes. Maybe a drunk scientist scene is something we need to have together.
Maybe we do smoke that weird
Well,
plant. And,
who knows? And I just picking up on something you said earlier, I think there would be some people who would love to see Theo tied to his book. But that aside, there's a lot of I don't know, good friendships. Have you got any romantic feelings for anyone on the ship? Because I know, of course, you're married to Ben, but there seems to be a little flirtatiousness about your good son.
Well, I mean, I think I was under the influence of some sort of pheromones that, Dr. Bromang did kind of bring up some feelings that maybe were inappropriate in the work environment, but I don't believe that there's anyone. No, I would not act on anything.
Sure, kept it in check.
Yeah.
Professional woman
Exactly.
at work.
Exactly.
Yeah, because, we're allowed to have good friends as ladies, aren't we? Yeah.
Yes, and it's hard having a long-distance relationship, especially when you're hurtling through space and your husband's back on the home planet. So it's really... we all have needs.
Indeed.
But
Indeed. Just go and have I was going to say have a ride on, Greg, but I don't know where that was going. I mean, just like for fun, like as in a horsey ride. Oh, anyway, what?
Yeah, moving on.
What do you feel like would be?
Would that count as cheating? I don't know. Greg is a robot.
We'll do a vote.
Zebra? I don't know.
We have feelings. I mean, the world is AI crazy. There's lots of AI girlfriends and boyfriends for all. So, why not? Zebras.
Indeed.
But yeah, with regards to this is our potentially final season. Are you looking forward to a sing-song?
Well, I look forward to somebody using auto-tune on me. I am deeply humbled because my husband is a professional singer. And amazing. And so, we have it in our home. I'm the one who tells the jokes because he does really bad dad jokes. And he's the one who sings. So this will be definitely stepping outside of my comfort zone.
Okay. I'm excited.
My character, even Madison, I've got a running thing with her is that she always sings very poorly whenever she does start to sing. So... we will see. We shall see.
I'm very excited.
Don't judge me. I'm saying just don't judge me, please.
No judging will happen from here.
No judging.
No, but the audience cannot wait. Can you hear them clamouring now? But no, I'm excited to see what Shannon does with that as well, with John Faley's beautiful and fun music and lyrics to see where that ends. So yeah, and with regards to the evil presences on the Oz9, who would you say is the biggest threat to you as Julie?
To me as Julie? I really just think it's, since I really am here to do the science, to catalog, to create data out of this. I really think every time Captain Madeline gets us in trouble, I have to go away from my work to, not die. So I don't think it's on purpose. I don't think she's doing anything malicious, but I think maybe Jessie is right that she should not maybe be captain. I don't want to say that and sound like I'm having some sort of mutiny thing, but
Interesting.
I do worry that we're always in peril, and she's kind of behind most of it by accident.
Yeah, I worry that, because Olivia and Bob are from the same programming, aren't they? So I am gently worried about all AI, just generally in my whole life as well.
Well, I mean, we're definitely in the age of AI paranoia, and there is fear.
Yeah.
Of we already know our machines are listening to us and algorithms are guiding our decisions and what we make. So while it might seem positive, Olivia has been nothing but helpful, but maybe there might be an undercurrent there.
That's my worry. Because I do love her as a character. I think she's brilliant. But that would make the best villain, wouldn't it? Anyway, we'll see what happens. Well, thank you so much for joining us today to have a chat all things Julie and Oz9. And if folks, again, haven't found Madison, please go find it. There'll be links in the show notes. So happy creating, Julie and Chrissy.
Yes.
And I hope that this year is a very lucrative and fun and creative one for you, and all the good things come your way, because you're a brilliant creative voice in this indie crazy. And your show is amazing. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I love being part of Oz9.
Yeah, me too. It's fun. So everyone should listen. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.